Hello guys, good day. I am Aka Joshua Salvation, a student of Leventis Foundation Agricultural School. Yeah. This is my home garden, and this is actually totally organic and soilless home garden. Organic and soilless home garden. Here I have indeterminate tomatoes. As you can see, it's ripening, and I also have pepper of different varieties, as well as tomato. That's the snake tomato, which is here. Alright, and groundnuts over the other side, then here pepper as well. Now, one fascinating thing about this garden is here we have grown substrate from sawdust, poultry dung, as well as charcoal. Now, the charcoal will help to retain nutrients in this bag for the snake tomato to make use of. Now, if you see their white stuff here, which is actually wood ash that I sprinkled around them yesterday, because they are starting to flower and fruit, so they actually need potassium as well as phosphorus. Now here we also have pepper. The same substrate I use for this is what you can find here. All right, now here you have, this is soil. These are it's only the pepper that I planted in soil, and this tomato. But here, when you come over to this side, you have different varieties of tomatoes in two different types of tomatoes. That's the determinate and indeterminate type. Now here we have the determinate type. They are flowering already, and you see some of them that are already fruiting, as you can see here, and this is also fruiting. Now when you come in, most of them are as well fruiting in here from the determinate type. Now let me take you over to the indeterminate type. Now this determinate type, lest I forget, is actually grown with sawdust and charcoal alone. Sawdust, charcoal alone, with this liquid fertilizer, organic liquid fertilizer. This is NPK based fertilizer, manufactured using dung, leaves, and other necessary ingredients that actually have high percentage of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, with other trace elements. Now here we have most indeterminate tomatoes. You see they are all ripening. They are all ripening. Now you can see them. And if you noticed, I have shade here, and I actually shaded them. I shaded them yesterday. This was because I was discovering a case of blossom drop, which is due to excess heat. Now, blossom drop is actually the breakage of the flowers or abortion of fruits. Now, that happens either when there is excess water logging or there's excess heat. Now, in this case, they were not water logged, but the intensity of the sun here is actually somewhat high, so I decided to actually shade them. So let's see what happens. Now we can see they fruited really well. This is local tomatoes. All right. Now here, this substrate here, truly this is sawdust and wood ash, but underneath you have piggery dung. Okay, totally broken down piggery dung. That's piggery substrate that I made use of, and that was the growth medium until when I realized that the intensity of the sun was too much. I had to use sawdust to retain more water and to prevent watering it all the time. This is because my schedule here is really tight, so I have to either wet them once a day. So I had to use sawdust to make sure that the water is being retained. Now let's go over to the back. Here you can as well see how reddish the tomato is for the ones that have ripened. You can as well see this, and this as well. So there are just several of them that are fruiting here. So much of them that are all fruiting. Now over here we have ginger, and we have turmeric. Now this is ginger, this is turmeric, white yellow turmeric, and this is ginger. This is the main ginger that everyone knows. Okay, so these are they, and normally ginger doesn't grow on loam soil, but they grow on they don't grow on clay soil. Sorry, they grow on sandy loam soil. But the turmeric does well even in clay soil. But most people will think I grew this on the clay soil. No, I actually use that same piggery substrate here. Let me show you. Okay, let me get the piggery substrate. All here is filled with piggery substrate. So this is the piggery substrate, very light. That's what enables this ginger to grow well as this ginger as well. So the piggery substrate is here, and the essence or the reason why I actually use the piggery substrate is because to actually give it that easy drainage of water, which ginger likes that, or the characteristics of the same sandy loam soil. The water drains easily, unlike clay soil that will actually hold water more often and cause rotting of the ginger roots. So this is a little of how much I've done, and let's actually see the groundnut. The groundnut are actually grown in bags. Alright, they are grown in bags. Here you see them. Yes, the spacing for all I've done here is not really adequate, but since we call it a home garden, several other things can actually be done. I'm trying to actually see how I can actually improvise using relatively available materials, and for those in the city who doesn't have access to land, how they can actually make use of what they have at their disposal, be it sawdust, charcoal, be it piggery substrates. They can actually use that to grow food for themselves. Now, if you take a look at the tomato that I did, I made use of relatively available materials such as plastics. These are unbiodegradables. They don't degrade. And instead of them causing nuisance in the locality, you actually see them. Instead of causing nuisance in the locality, alright, you can actually make use of them to grow food for yourself, alright? That's a little about what I can take about my garden today. I also have the snail farm, but that's going to be a story for another day. Now, I'm the founder of Global Agro Connect, and if you are watching this on YouTube, do well to subscribe to our channel at Global Agro Connect. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram at Global Agro Connect, and on Instagram gac.2020. Thank you very much for watching. Do well to like, share, and comment, and ask your questions either about the fertilizer or whatever. If there are those I can actually give you or tell you about how to go about it, I'll do well to do so. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.